Today we're doing the Gauntlet fighter for the Star Wars X-Wing miniatures game. This ship was a Mandalorian starfighter, but also used as a troop transport. In this video, we'll take a look at the ship, and then we'll also compare it to other ships that are large based in the game. We'll also take a look at the model up close towards the end of the video. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video on Table Greatness. Now this is an interesting model. The Gauntlet fighter is a big ship, but at the same time it's very how can you say, low profile in a way. Look how thin it is. You see how low profile it is? So it's very very fast ship, I'm assuming. We'll look at the dial here pretty soon, but I would say it's pretty fast just because it has very thin wings, and then the wings do move up as well. So when it lands with the wings up, just like that. Now I must say, this ship, this model is huge. It's big. It's not classified as a huge ship, but it does reach the border of a huge ship, but it was categorized as a large ship. So I do have a few models here we can compare it to. For example, the other Scum large base ship is the Lando's Millennium Falcon. And as a matter of fact, let me just put this on its base real quick. And something I do like about this particular model is that the model comes with a huge ship stand. Now I like to put all my large ships on huge ship stands. I have them all like this, so it's great when you're playing the game and you don't have to take the ship off its stand when you're flying around and you're about to crash into other ships. It stands at a good height. So I like that the Gauntlet fighter has this huge ship stand included in it, and with good reason, because the model itself is pretty big. So lengthwise, if you're looking at the length of it, it's a little bit longer than the Millennium Falcon. Now let's compare it to one of the other big ships in the game. Well, large space ship, but it's one of the larger models, and that's the Rebel Ghost ship. You can see it is a little bit, maybe not as long as the Ghost actually. Seems like they're about the same length. And then the Ghost is bulkier, but it does stand taller than the Ghost if I were to put the bases side by side. As a matter of fact, it goes over the wings here, but not as tall as the back end here with the other ship on the back. So hopefully that gives you an idea of scale of this particular model. The Razor Crest. So comparing it to the Razor Crest, it just towers over it. It's pretty impressive. The Razor Crest is small compared to the Gauntlet fighter. There it is, the Tri-Fighter. The Gauntlet next to a Tri-Fighter. So just to give you an idea of scale of how big this thing is. So there's a Tri-Fighter next to it. Next to the ship. That's how small it is. Hopefully that gives you an idea of how big this ship is, but it's cool looking at it with its wings up. Looks very menacing. So I will say that this model, it looks pretty nice. You know, it's sleek, but the only thing I don't really like too much about it is the color scheme. It's fairly dull, kind of washed out. There's good detail, you know, with some of the lines here, some of these yellow lines on the wings. I do like that. Maybe a little bit more detail here on these parts would be nice, but one of the paint jobs that I like very much in this ship is Darth Maul's Gauntlet fighter, and I do like that color scheme. So if I have the opportunity, I'll probably paint it that color scheme, because I do like Darth Maul's version of the Gauntlet fighter. It is a cool looking ship, and it's big, so it does make a statement. So later on in the video, we'll take a look at some of the ship up close, and we'll take a look at it 360. So this is a multi-faction ship. It covers 5 factions: the Rebels, Imperials, Scum, Separatist, and the Galactic Republic. So let's take a look at some of the pilot cards in those factions. I noticed that we got some pilots, and then we have some remotes. So let's take a look at the remotes first, and I'll just go through all the factions here. We got Scum, Rebels, Imperials, Republic, and Separatists. Pretty cool how each faction has its own type of commandos. Alright, so let's look at some of the pilot cards here. We're going to cover all 5 factions that this expansion covers. Thanks for watching the video. If you're interested in more Star Wars X-Wing miniatures games unboxings, there's a lot more in the channel.
Dun dun dun.